Hey everybody, this is Prophetess Dixon. I am a mother, a woman of God. I'm a pastor. I am a certified life coach, and I'm an author. And today we're going to talk to the children of Israel that need to understand who they are in this land. So stay tuned. Join me. Let's talk about 400 years of slavery. First of all, the children of Israel were the lost tribes of Israel that are scattered upon the four walls of the earth. The Bible tells us that we will be scattered among the earth. Now, the reason why we were scattered among the earth, the children of Israel, is because our ancestors made an everlasting covenant with the Most High God, Jehovah, and they didn't keep up with the covenant. And see, when you make a covenant, that's like making a contract. And when you make a contract, it's normally between two or more people. Our contract was with our ancestors and the Most High God. And the Most High God, when Moses came off the mountain, they told Moses they will follow all the laws that the Most High God, Jehovah, Jah, had told them to follow. And God said in Deuteronomy, he said, this is not a covenant that's just with you that's standing here today. This is a covenant that I'm making with you and all your generations to come. If you keep in covenant with me and follow all of the laws that I have set forth for my people, then I will give you all of these Deuteronomy blessings. And as you read Deuteronomy, it's chapter after chapter that talks about you'll be the head and not the tail. You'll be above and never beneath. You'll be the lender and not the borrower. You'll be blessed in the city and blessed in the streets. But then it comes with a disclaimer. And the disclaimer says, and if you do not follow these laws, then you will get all of these Deuteronomy curses. And then it goes on for chapter after chapter after chapter, talking about all the things that will happen to the children of Israel if they fail to keep the covenant with the Most High, Jehovah. So, where do Black Americans and other blacks come into play? First of all, I want Black Americans whose descendants came to America on a transatlantic slave trade. Some were in South America, in the islands. Many landed in America. The Bible said that we are the lost tribe of Judah. So I want to call my fellow African Americans, our blacks. We are the lost tribe of Judah. And this is found in history books that they do not want to tell you who you are because there's power in knowing who you are. Black Americans are hated upon every nation on this earth. We are hated everywhere we go. No, we did not come to America because we were so-called Africans, because we were not the Africans. The Africans came from the son of Noah, that was the son Ham. And because of Ham, the Africans were his descendant. So you had Cush and Nimrod, things like that. But Shem, which is our grandfather, our forefather, was a Hebrew. He was an Israelite. And he is the one that we come from with Abraham and the 12 tribes of Israel from the same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had 4 women that had his children that created the 12 tribes of Israel. And the 12 tribes of Israel are scattered throughout the world. And yes, when we were exiled from Jerusalem, we were taken into slavery by Nebuchadnezzar into Babylon land. And the royals of the house of David were taken to Spain and Portugal. And that is where you get majority of your slaves that were taken into the transatlantic slave trade. When we were exiled out of Spain and Portugal because we did not want to follow the Roman Catholic Church Christianity when they were telling us that they were our new God. When we didn't want to follow them, our brothers and our sisters, and they wanted to stay true to their Jewish beliefs. When we didn't follow them, we were slaughtered and murdered and sent into slavery. As we escaped them, we went through the top of Africa to the south of the Sahara Desert into Negro land. History tells us that the Negroes were not the Africans. The Negroes were the sons and daughters of King David's bloodline. And they talked about being from the royal house. And they talked about the Most High God, Jehovah. And they were called the Jews. And they had all these laws and traditions. And they believed in Moses. And that was their forefathers. So that's who we are, Black Americans. And he said because we did not listen, our fathers and forefathers did not follow the Most High God's direction, Jehovah, then we will be put in a foreign land, one land, for 4 generations. A generation is longer than you think. And 4 generations, we will be put into slavery in a foreign land. The only group of people that have been put into slavery for a total of 400 years in one land is the Black Americans in the United States. Egypt is not just a physical place. It's symbolic to slavery. So we will be put in slavery. And if you read your word, you will see that everything that we endured during slavery was written in Deuteronomy that we would endure. We did not endure anything that was not predestined by the Most High God, Yah, that we would go through. So I want you to research your history. I want you to look for the truth of who the true Hebrew people are. I don't want you to get angry. I don't want you to get ignorant, because it was our disobedience and our ignorance that got us in a foreign land with 400 years of slavery. But that time has passed. Slavery started in America when we settled in Jamestown, when they brought us over to Jamestown in 1619, which means it ended in 2019. When this pandemic began, it was the end of our slavery, our 400 years. According to Genesis 15, it says, as the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. Abram is what Abraham was called before he became the father of many nations. And behold, dreadful and great darkness fell upon him. Then Yah said to Abram, know for certain that your offspring will be sojournered in a land that is not theirs, and will be servants there, and they will be afflicted for 400 years. But I will bring judgment on the nation that they serve, and afterwards they shall come out with great possessions. As for you, you shall go to your fathers in peace. You shall be buried in a good old age. God said that we were going to go into slavery for 400 years. So we have served in America for 400 years. We are the 4th generation, because America has 4 generational stages of her inception, her rise, her power, and where she is now. And we're in that 4th generation. And God has ended our slavery. And my brothers and sisters, I want to tell you to come out of being the last, from coming out of being abused, mistreated, and lacking and not having. You need to not be angry at anybody. You need to not have hatred in your heart. You need to not say God didn't love you because he loved you. It was the mistakes that your ancestors made when they made that covenant. And now don't continue their mistakes by being angry at a God that loves you. Don't say you don't want to serve Jesus because Jesus is by the white man and we don't serve. No. That is a lie. They manipulated your history. They stole your identity and they stole the color of your God. Get back in right relationship with your God. Get back in covenant with your God. Open up that Bible and stop having other people read it for you. Find out what Deuteronomy says. Find out what Abraham was promised. Get back in right alignment with God because God want to bless you. Brothers and sisters, we have to get back in place. Slavery is over. Come out of the covenants of your oppressors. Come out of the things that your oppressors have taught you that were a lie, that continue to dilute your image of your God and mess you up with what you should be believing, because God want to bless you. So I'm calling my brothers and sisters to press on, to learn the truth, because it is our time to rise up. It is our time to be blessed. Be encouraged that God loves you. He don't hate you. And yeah, you done been through things, but we didn't go through things that God said we weren't going to go through. And if we went through all the same things that he said we were going to go through, imagine all the things that he promised us he would bless us with. Get in right covenant with God. Come out of the sin. Come out of slavery. Come out of slavery mentality and let God bless you and let God move in your life. Believe in the Most High Yah and serve him. You are his children. You are from the tribe of Judah. Come into place. Praise your great God. Acknowledge your great God and get in alignment with his will and his purpose for your life. I want to encourage you. So be encouraged. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for new videos. Be encouraged.